Hello, ladies and gentlemen, my dear friends. Today, I want to remind you of something deeply powerful. Life is the greatest classroom we will ever sit in, and every sunrise brings a new lesson waiting to be learned. We often believe education ends with a degree, a certificate, or a milestone. But the truth is, real learning begins the moment we step into the world and allow it to shape us, teach us, and refine us. To become a student of life every day means choosing curiosity over complacency. It means asking, what is life trying to teach me today? Instead of complaining about what went wrong. Some lessons will arrive with joy, some with pain, and some disguised as challenges we never asked for. But each one carries a gift, wisdom, strength, resilience, or clarity. When you decide to learn from people around you, even the ones who hurt you, you grow in compassion. When you learn from moments that break you, you grow in patience. When you learn from your own mistakes, you grow in humility. And when you learn from your victories, you grow in confidence. Being a student of life requires presence. It asks you to pause, to listen, to reflect. It teaches you that every person you meet is a teacher, every obstacle is a chapter, and every experience, whether beautiful or painful, is part of your evolution. Do not wait for perfect conditions to learn. Life teaches best in the imperfections. Do not run away from discomfort. Sometimes the hardest lessons transform us the most. And do not underestimate your daily journey. Small insights gathered consistently become the wisdom that shapes your entire destiny. So, my friends, stay teachable, stay open. Let life educate you every single day. Because the day you stop learning is the day you stop growing. And you deserve to grow endlessly. Become a student of life. Not just today, but every day. Embrace curiosity as your daily teacher. Curiosity is not just a habit. It is a quiet revolution happening inside you every single day. It is the willingness to look at the world with fresh eyes, to ask questions that others leave unasked, and to seek meaning in moments that most people walk past. When you choose to become a student of life, curiosity becomes the first and most loyal teacher you will ever have. Every morning that you wake up, life gives you a brand new blank page. Curiosity is the ink that allows you to write on it with purpose. It pushes you to ask, what can I learn today that I didn't know yesterday? Instead of moving through the world on autopilot, it encourages you to observe, to listen deeply, and to remain open to new ideas. You may not realize it, but curiosity transforms everyday experiences into profound lessons. Think about the people you meet, the conversations you have, and the challenges you encounter. Each one of them carries a hidden wisdom, waiting for you to uncover it. Curiosity helps you dig beneath the surface. It helps you understand that a stranger's smile may teach you kindness. A difficult person may teach you patience, and a moment of silence may teach you self-awareness. The world becomes your classroom, and every interaction becomes a chance to evolve. Curiosity also removes fear. Fear of the unknown, fear of change, fear of imperfection. It tells you that you don't need to be right all the time. You only need to be willing to learn. That mindset invites growth. It widens your perspective and helps you see possibilities where you once saw limitations. When you are open to discovering something new, life rewards you with insight, clarity, and courage. And most beautifully, curiosity protects you from stagnation. It keeps your mind young, your heart open, and your spirit alive. It reminds you that wisdom is not found in knowing everything, but in being willing to question everything. The moment you stop learning, you stop growing. But the moment you choose curiosity, you begin a journey that never truly ends. One that expands your world, enriches your soul, and shapes you into a wiser, more compassionate version of yourself. So embrace curiosity, not as a hobby, not as a rare moment, but as a daily teacher. Wake up with wonder. Move through your day with openness, and end each night with one powerful question. What did life teach me today? Learn from every experience. Good or bad life is not designed to hand us perfect moments wrapped in comfort. It is designed to shape us, stretch us, and sometimes even shake us. When you choose to become a student of life, you learn to see every experience, whether joyful or painful, as a chapter that carries a lesson. Nothing is wasted. Nothing is meaningless. Every moment is a teacher waiting to be acknowledged. We often celebrate the good days because they feel light, easy, and fulfilling. But the truth is, good days teach us very little. They give us happiness, yes, but they rarely give us growth. It is the difficult days, the confusing moments, the unexpected challenges that mold us into stronger, wiser individuals. The moments you thought would break you actually become the moments that remake you. Think about the last time something didn't go according to your plan. Maybe you faced rejection, failure, or disappointment. In that instant, it felt like life was closing a door. But later, when you look back, you realize that life was actually redirecting you, teaching you resilience, patience, and inner strength. Sometimes the lessons that hurt the most are the ones that transform us the most. When you become a student of life, you stop asking, why is this happening to me? And start asking, what is this teaching me? That one shift turns frustration into understanding, anger into acceptance, and confusion into clarity. You begin to realize that struggles are not punishments, they are invitations to rise higher. Every person you meet also becomes part of your learning journey. Those who love you teach you gratitude. Those who hurt you teach you boundaries. Those who challenge you teach you courage. And those who walk away teach you independence. No relationship is accidental. Every connection adds a line of wisdom to your story. Even silence teaches you something. It teaches you how to listen, not just to others, but to yourself. It teaches you how to pause, reflect, and realign. Life has a way of whispering lessons in the quiet moments. And when you are open to learning, you don't miss them. The beauty of learning from every experience is this: nothing in your life is wasted. Not your mistakes, not your heartbreaks, not your failures. Everything contributes to your growth. Everything adds depth to your character. Everything strengthens your ability to move forward with confidence and grace. So the next time you face a difficult moment, don't shrink from it. Study it. Observe it. Learn from it. You are not here to simply live through life. You are here to grow through life. And when you embrace every experience as a lesson, you turn your entire journey into a lifelong classroom of wisdom, resilience, and self-discovery. Ask powerful questions instead of giving quick answers. One of the most transformative habits you can develop as a student of life is the ability to ask powerful, meaningful questions. Questions are not a sign of weakness. They are a sign of curiosity, awareness, and wisdom. Answers may give you clarity for a moment, but powerful questions give you clarity for a lifetime. They open doors in your mind that you didn't even know existed. We live in a world where everyone rushes to give opinions, judgments, and quick answers. But when you slow down and ask yourself deeper questions, you shift from reacting to understanding. You move from autopilot to awareness. You begin to see your life with a new lens, one that reveals opportunities even in your challenges. Start each morning by asking, what kind of person do I want to be today? When you ask this, you stop letting circumstances dictate your mood. You regain the power to choose your mindset, your behavior, and your response. You become intentional instead of merely emotional. When facing a problem, ask yourself, what is the situation trying to teach me? This reframes your struggle into a lesson. You stop resisting life and start learning from it. Suddenly, obstacles no longer feel like walls. You see them as stepping stones. When you feel discouraged or lost, ask, what can I learn from this moment that will help me grow? This question turns pain into purpose. It allows you to look beyond the discomfort and recognize the strength you are developing in the process. And when you interact with others, ask, what is this person truly trying to say beneath their words? Because the world doesn't always communicate through clear language. Sometimes it communicates through silence, through emotions, through actions. Asking this question helps you respond with empathy, not frustration. Powerful questions also help you detach from your ego. Instead of defending your perspective, you explore new ones. You begin to understand that you don't need to be right. You need to be real. You don't need to win arguments. You need to win awareness. You don't need to control every outcome. You need to understand the lesson in each outcome. At night, ask yourself, what did I learn today? You'll be surprised how many small moments taught you something about patience, trust boundaries, gratitude, or strength. Even on days when everything felt chaotic, there is always one lesson hiding beneath the surface. When you make questioning a habit, life becomes lighter. You stop fearing uncertainty because your questions help you navigate it. You stop being overwhelmed by challenges because your curiosity turns them into teachers. You stop feeling stuck because powerful questions push you forward step by step. A student of life does not need all the answers. They simply need the courage to ask the right questions. Because the right question at the right moment has the power to change everything. Your mindset, your direction, your choices, and ultimately your life. Treat every person as a teacher, learn from everyone. One of the most beautiful transformations happens when you decide to see every person you meet not as a threat, not as competition, not as someone to compare yourself with, but as a teacher. The truth is, life sends you teachers in forms you don't always expect. Some come with kindness, some with challenges, some with love, and some with pain. But each one teaches you something unique, something you could never have learned on your own. The moment you begin to look at people this way, your world softens. Instead of asking, why is this person like this? You begin to ask, what is life trying to teach me through them? Suddenly, every interaction becomes meaningful. Every conversation becomes a lesson. Every relationship becomes a chapter in your personal growth. There are people who inspire you with their compassion, their strength, their humility. Learn from them. Observe how they carry themselves with grace, even when life is unkind. Notice their patience, their consistency, their ability to stay gentle in a world that is often harsh. Then there are people who test your patience, your boundaries, your emotional strength. They may frustrate you, disappoint you, or even hurt you. But they teach you something just as important: self-respect, boundaries, forgiveness, resilience, and the courage to walk away when necessary. Not all teachers give comforting lessons. Some teach through discomfort, but these lessons shape you the most. There are people who remind you of who you want to become. They reflect the version of yourself you are working toward. Their presence lights something inside you, making you want to grow, to improve, to rise higher. Learn from their discipline, their mindset, their habits, and their determination. Then there are people who show you who you never want to be. Their negativity, dishonesty, or carelessness teaches you to protect your peace, to choose differently, to grow beyond the patterns that break you. These lessons are just as valuable because they guide your character. Every stranger you meet carries a story. Every friend you keep carries wisdom. Every mistake someone makes teaches you insight. Every child reminds you of innocence. Every elder reminds you of experience. When you learn to observe with intention, you start noticing that life is full of teachers disguised as ordinary people. This mindset helps you let go of judgment. You stop assuming, criticizing, or labeling. Instead, you begin listening, truly listening. When you listen deeply, you learn deeply. You begin to understand that everyone you meet has walked through storms you know nothing about. And from those storms, they carry lessons that might help you weather your own. When you treat every person as a teacher, humility becomes your natural posture. Growth becomes your daily routine. Wisdom becomes your quiet companion. And life becomes a continuous classroom where every moment invites you to learn, evolve, and become better. Being a student of life means realizing that your greatest teachers are not only books or speeches. They are the people standing right in front of you. So learn from them, appreciate them, grow because of them. And let every interaction shape you into someone wiser, kinder, and more aware than you were yesterday. Make curiosity your daily fuel. Ask, explore, and stay wondering. Curiosity is the spark that keeps your inner world alive. It is the quiet whisper inside you that asks, what else can I learn today? What more is possible for me? What if I try this? When you allow curiosity to guide your days, life stops feeling repetitive or dull. Instead, it becomes a journey where every step reveals something new, something meaningful, something worth exploring. Many people stop learning not because they lack opportunities, but because they stop questioning. They accept life as it is and forget that there is always more to discover. But when you choose curiosity, you choose movement. You choose growth. You choose the courage to step beyond the familiar and discover what lies outside your comfort zone. Curiosity invites you to explore your interests deeply. If something fascinates you, even a little, follow that feeling. Read about it. Experiment with it. Watch people who excel in it. Ask questions. The world belongs to those who remain students at heart, those who never feel embarrassed to ask, those who are willing to start again and again until they understand. Some of the greatest breakthroughs in your life will come from simple questions you ask yourself. What am I afraid of? What excites me? Why do I react this way? What can I improve today? These questions open the door to self-awareness, and self-awareness is the strongest form of education. Curiosity also teaches you to observe the world differently. You start paying attention to small details, the expressions people carry, the patterns in your own habits, the lessons hidden in ordinary moments. You realize that learning doesn't only happen in books, it happens in conversations, experiences, failures, and even silence. When you stay curious, your mind never becomes stagnant. You stop assuming that you know everything. Instead, you become eager to expand your world. You seek new perspectives, explore unfamiliar paths, and appreciate the beauty of growth. You begin to enjoy the process of not knowing because it means there is room to learn. This attitude also opens doors to creativity. Curiosity encourages you to experiment without fear of failure. You become willing to try, willing to learn, willing to adapt. You become the kind of person who sees possibilities where others see limitations. Every day becomes a canvas, and curiosity becomes your brush. And most importantly, curiosity protects you from becoming bitter or rigid. When you stay curious, you stay open. When you stay open, you remain flexible. When you remain flexible, you grow with life instead of resisting it. Challenges feel less threatening because you are willing to explore solutions. Unexpected changes feel less frightening because your mind has learned to adapt. Curiosity helps you stay youthful, not in age, but in spirit. It keeps your heart awake, your mind expanding, and your soul learning. When you nurture curiosity daily, you are not just existing, you are evolving. Becoming a student of life means waking up each day with the intention to explore something new. Let curiosity be your guide, and it will take you to places you never imagined, inside yourself and in the world around you. Learn from every person, and every moment. Life is your greatest classroom. One of the most powerful realizations you can have is that every person you meet, every moment you live, and every challenge you face carries a lesson designed just for you. Life never stops teaching, but many people stop paying attention. When you begin to see the world as a giant classroom, your growth becomes unstoppable. Every person who enters your life, whether they stay, leave, hurt you, uplift you, or simply pass through for a moment, brings a message. Some teach you patience. Some teach you courage. Some teach you boundaries. Some teach you kindness. Even those who disappoint you are powerful teachers because they show you who you should not become and what you should no longer accept. Learn from everyone, but don't let anyone's negativity define you. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" try asking, "What is this teaching me?" That one shift transforms pain into wisdom, mistakes into experience, and struggles into stepping stones. Moments also carry lessons. A quiet morning might teach you gratitude. A busy day might teach you discipline. A sudden setback might teach you resilience. A small success might teach you humility. When you slow down just enough to observe, you realize life has been whispering guidance to you all along. Even the most ordinary experiences can shape you. Standing in a line teaches patience. Caring for someone teaches compassion. Listening to a child teaches honesty. Working hard teaches perseverance. Being misunderstood teaches strength. These moments may seem simple, but they build your character in ways you don't always notice. Life also teaches you through failure. Failure is not a sign that you are not good enough. It is simply a redirection. It shows you what needs improvement, what needs healing, and what needs a new approach. When you learn from failure instead of running from it, you turn setbacks into wisdom that stays with you forever. You begin to trust that every fall has a purpose and every rise has a lesson. Being a student of life also means being open-minded. You don't have to agree with everyone, but you can still learn from them. Every perspective expands your understanding. Every culture widens your worldview. Every conversation enriches your thinking. When you listen more than you speak, you absorb more than you ever expected. The truth is, your greatest teacher is not a book, a mentor, or a classroom. Your greatest teacher is life itself. It trains you through challenges, surprises, and unexpected blessings. It teaches you resilience when you feel weak, faith when you feel lost, and strength when you feel broken. And the beauty of learning from life is that there is no graduation. You evolve until your last breath. You are meant to grow, to transform, to rise again and again, with deeper understanding and greater wisdom. When you embrace every person and every moment as part of your learning journey, life becomes richer, brighter, and more meaningful. You stop resisting and start absorbing. You stop surviving and start growing. You stop fearing change and start welcoming it. Becoming a student of life every day means honoring the lessons around you, learning with an open heart, and allowing each experience to polish you into the person you are destined to become. As you move forward from this moment, remember one simple truth. Life is always speaking to you. Through people, through experiences, through challenges, through blessings, everything carries a lesson meant to elevate you. Do not rush through your days. Do not ignore the small moments. Do not underestimate the power of a single conversation, a quiet thought, or an unexpected setback. Choose to become a student of life every single day. Learn with curiosity, grow with humility, and walk with gratitude. Allow every moment to polish your character, deepen your wisdom, and strengthen your spirit. And whenever life feels overwhelming, remind yourself that you are not failing, you are learning. May you continue to rise, evolve, and expand into the fullest, most beautiful version of yourself. Your journey is your classroom, and your growth is your victory. Keep learning, keep growing, keep becoming.